The verdict is in, and it's shocking. Sean Diddy Combs, guilty. After 7 weeks of explosive testimony, celebrity witnesses, and evidence that rocked the entertainment world, the jury has spoken. But what they found him guilty of will surprise you. This is the complete timeline of how one of hip-hop's biggest moguls went from untouchable billionaire to convicted felon, and the celebrity testimonies that brought him down. September 16th, 2024. The arrest that stunned the music world. Sean Combs was taken into federal custody on charges that could have put him away for life. The indictment alleged a criminal enterprise operating from 2008 to 2024. 3 federal counts that would define his fate. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy under RICO, the charge that could have meant life in prison. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs was denied bail multiple times. Judges cited flight risk and potential witness intimidation. He remained in jail throughout the entire 7-week trial that would determine his legacy. May 2025. The trial that would captivate America began with both sides preparing for battle. The prosecution's strategy was clear. Call 34 witnesses to prove Sean Combs ran a criminal enterprise. Their secret weapon, his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Key evidence flooded the courtroom. Hotel surveillance video showing an alleged assault, financial records tracking suspicious payments, digital communications that painted a dark picture, and witness testimony about alleged freak-offs that shocked even seasoned court reporters. But Combs' defense team had their own strategy. They argued this was a consensual relationship between adults, not federal crimes. They would challenge every witness, every piece of evidence, every prosecution claim. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Cassie Ventura, the prosecution's star witness, took the stand. For nearly 20 hours over 4 days, Ventura testified about a decade-long relationship she claimed was ruled by fear and violence. She chose to testify under her real name, waiving anonymity to tell her story. Her testimony was devastating. She claimed Combs filmed encounters and used them as blackmail when she tried to end their relationship. The courtroom was silent as she described years of alleged abuse. But the defense fought back hard. Attorney Ana Estevao cross-examined Ventura about her memory, her motivations, her credibility. They challenged every detail of an alleged rape she described after a dinner. The question hanging over everything: would the jury believe her? Before we continue with the explosive testimonies from Don Richard and other witnesses, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss our breakdown of the sentencing when it drops. The testimony we're about to cover gets even more shocking. Let's dive in. But Cassie wasn't the only one with stories to tell. Don Richard's bombshell testimony left the courtroom stunned. Richard, a former member of Danity Kane, managed by Combs, recalled a shocking 2009 episode. She testified that Combs allegedly attacked Cassie Ventura with a frying pan while she was making him eggs. The level of detail was horrifying. Then came Deontay Nash, the stylist who saw everything. Nash testified about drug use he witnessed, including Cassie taking Molly and ecstasy in her own home. But Nash's credibility took a hit when he admitted to prosecutors that one of his meetings was cut short after he told them he had smoked marijuana beforehand. The prosecution built their case witness by witness. Hotel staff who saw incidents, security personnel who documented everything, financial experts who traced the money trail. Each testimony added another piece to their puzzle. Now it was Combs' turn to fight back. His defense team had one clear message. This was about consent, not crimes. They argued that the relationship between Combs and Ventura was consensual, that she was a willing participant who later sought financial gain through litigation. Character witnesses took the stand to paint Combs as a legitimate businessman, not a criminal enterprise leader. They described his philanthropy, his business acumen, his contributions to music and culture. But their main strategy was attacking credibility. They highlighted inconsistencies in witness testimony. They pointed to drug use by witnesses. They questioned financial motivations for coming forward. After weeks of testimony, it all came down to closing arguments. Both sides prepared to make their final plea to the jury. The prosecution's final plea was powerful. They argued that the evidence showed a clear pattern of coercion, control, and exploitation that met federal standards for sex trafficking and racketeering. The defense made their final stand. They maintained this was a case about a complicated relationship between consenting adults, not federal crimes worthy of life imprisonment. Then came the wait. The federal jury deliberated for roughly 12.5 hours, reaching verdicts on 4 of 5 counts initially. They struggled specifically with the racketeering conspiracy charge, the most serious one. July 2nd, 2025. After 3 days of deliberation, the moment of truth arrived. The jury found Sean Combs not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, the charge that could have meant life in prison, not guilty of sex trafficking charges involving Ventura and another unidentified woman. But then came the conviction. Guilty on 2 counts of transportation for the purposes of prostitution involving Ventura. The courtroom erupted. The split decision showed the jury believed some of the prosecution's case, but not the most serious charges. They rejected the idea of a criminal enterprise, but found evidence of transportation for prostitution. Both sides claimed victory. Prosecutors were satisfied with convictions on federal charges. The defense celebrated avoiding life imprisonment. But what did it really mean? So what do these convictions actually mean? The transportation for prostitution charges are federal felonies carrying significant prison time, though much less than the life sentence possible under RICO and sex trafficking. Legal experts explained why the jury split their decision. Proving racketeering requires showing an ongoing criminal enterprise with multiple criminal acts. The prostitution transportation charges only require proof of specific incidents. The jury believed Combs transported women for prostitution but didn't believe he ran a criminal empire. They drew a line between individual criminal acts and organized crime. Prosecutors announced Combs should be sentenced as planned on October 3rd, despite defense requests for acquittal or a new trial. The verdict was just the beginning. Combs' legal team immediately requested acquittal or a new trial, but prosecutors argued there were no legal grounds to grant the request. Then a juror spoke out, pushing back on claims that celebrity influence played a role in the verdict. They defended the jury's careful consideration of evidence over 7 weeks of. The mixed verdict sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Some viewed it as long overdue accountability for powerful men. Others saw it as a witch hunt against a successful black entrepreneur. Record labels distanced themselves. Streaming platforms removed content. The man who built Bad Boy Records watched his empire crumble in real time. October 3rd, 2025 will determine how much prison time Combs faces for the 2 felony convictions. Prosecutors want significant time. Defense wants minimal sentences. The legacy question remains. Does this case represent justice served or the fall of an entertainment mogul? The answer depends on your perspective, but one thing is undeniable. Sean Combs' reign as an untouchable force in music is over. What do you think about this verdict? Was justice served, or should the jury have convicted on all charges? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want to see our exclusive breakdown of Diddy's sentencing on October 3rd, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We'll be covering every minute of it live. Thanks for watching What the Verdict, where we break down the cases that break the internet.